something when you don't know why you're doing it. And it's hard to do something when you're doing it for the wrong reasons. And the problem, the point I'm trying to point out now is that if you're doing this and you're getting kicked out, or you're doing this and you don't know what you want to do, you ain't doing nothing but wasting your time.
What's going on, everybody? You already know who it is. I'm your guy, Neil freaking Legend, and I am your 34-year-old college student, and I'm bringing you along the journey. You already know the story. I'm your guy. I was driving trucks for 10 years. I stopped driving trucks because I wasn't in the career that I wanted to do. I wasn't in the path, so I said, you know, I need to kick myself out of this truck, go back to college, and that's why I'm here right now. I'm bringing you along on a journey for the rest of my life. But let's get into it, guys. So, man, we are actually pulling up on the end of the semester. And yesterday was our day before Thanksgiving. Next week, we out of school. And then after that, we only have 2 more weeks, which is the last day will be on December the 8th. And that's it. That's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and give myself them hand claps for me, and I'm patting myself on the back because I passed already. I have passed my classes already. I was actually done with my classes before the midterms, but I wanted to keep going so I can keep doing work, so I can be done with the pre-reqs, no, actually the co-req classes for next year. So I'm still doing this. But what I wanted to speak to you about is what I saw, and I want to give you a little message, is that when I very first started this class, it was 13 of us. Now it's only about 5 of us. And there's only one other person that is done with the class. And I'm the second person to finish. I just kept working. The young lady, she is done already. Everybody else is either still, they finishing up now, or they got kicked out of class, or they dropped out. And that's what I wanted to speak to you today, is that before you actually go to college, make sure you know what it is that you want to do. See, if you remember my message last week, I'm kind of regurgitating the same thing, but I have a different spin on it. It's because you don't want to go to college not knowing what it is that you don't want to do. And you're trying and you're trying and you're trying, and then you get kicked out. Or you're trying and trying and trying, and you just stop because you feel like you're not getting it. And see, it's hard for you to do something when you don't know why you're doing it. And it's hard to do something when you're doing it for the wrong reasons. And the problem, the point I'm trying to point out now is that if you're doing this and you're getting kicked out, or you're doing this and you don't know what you want to do, you ain't doing nothing but wasting your time. What's the point of going to school, right? What's the point of going to school every day and putting in all this work, but then you just quit because you don't know why you was in school in the first place? And now all that time you put in at this moment is for nothing. And the reason why I say at this moment, because eventually you're gonna come back to it. But right now you're wasting that time. You could be allocating that time to something else, to be more productive in something else in your life. But now you didn't know what you wanted to do. You only went because your mom told you to go. Your dad told you to go. You only went because you was following your friends. You only went because this is what the high school said that you were supposed to do. You only went because the TV and YouTube has told you that you need to go to college right after you get out of high school. You only went because your father told you that you either going to college, or you going to the military, or you getting your tail out of this house. That's the only reason why you went. There, nowhere in that you said, I wanted to go because I want to be an engineer, because I want to be a doctor, because I want to be a lawyer, right? Nowhere in that you say you want to be an underwater welder. Nowhere in that you say you wanted to do something that you wanted to do. So you was in college for the wrong reason. Now, out of everything that I have said, one of my main things is time. Because I know you heard this cliche before, is that time is money. Like, it sounds good when you're young and you're saying that time is money. I got to get this money. I got to get this bread. All that sounds good. But it don't click. It don't click until you older and you understand how valuable your time really is. You feel me? It does not click until you understand how valuable your time really is. And that's the point that I'm trying to get across to you, that your time is valuable. Your time is money. And the reason why I'm so mad, the reason why I'm so angry, the reason why I'm so upset, because you've just wasted 6 months of money. Remember, time is money. You wasted 6 months doing something that you didn't even want to do in the first place. Now you really just wasted money. You talking about let's get to the bag. You talking about let's get to the chicken. But how you gonna get to it and you wasting it? You're wasting your money / time. You're wasting it. Because you didn't know what you wanted to do up here and you didn't feel no connection right here to do it in the first place. You just did it because you didn't want to hurt somebody's feelings. And in the long run, your feelings was the one that was being crushed, that was being trampled on. Gotta get it together. You gotta get it together. So what I want you to do right now is figure out what it is that you want to do, right? What it is that you want to do in your life. Because when I went to that classroom and it went from 13 to 5 or 6 students, when it went to that, I was like, man, I was really hurt. I was really broken because I'm like, I became friends with these people. And I know what they wanted to do. I know the classes that they was taking at the time. And for whatever reason, I haven't seen them in 2 weeks. I haven't seen them in 3 weeks. I've been going every day that the classroom was open. I haven't seen these students. And I know that they gone because they ain't putting in work. The teacher reiterate this every week. And she have already said some people that got kicked out. So my thing is, if you don't put in no work, if you don't turn in no work, and if you don't come to class in 2 weeks, the college just kicks you out regardless. It ain't nothing, you don't have to submit no papers, they just kick you out. So when I see these students ain't here, I'm just like, God dang, man, why ain't they get it together before they came into college? Why they didn't figure out what they want to do? Because when you figure out what it is that you want to do, it's a different level. You will stop at nothing to do it. Now, I went over a little bit of my time. I normally keep this in between 5 or 7 minutes, but I'm just trying to drill this home to you guys. Because do not make the mistake so many people make, is going to college and you don't have no plan. I'm your guy, Neil Legend. Whatever. I'll see you back next week.